Hello everyone, thank you very much for clicking and for watching the video. Welcome to the free game collection. So this week I've just been to the car boot and it went very well. I've got quite a bit of hardware here. I've got some retro stuff, got some slightly newer stuff, got some console bundles, got a couple bundles of games. I've got a nice little bit to show you actually. So I'm not gonna blabber on. Let's just crack on with it, shall we? Let's not make this video too long this week. So let's do the one thing that isn't really game related, but is definitely going to help us out. £7 I paid for this, and it is an Apple keyboard, wired keyboard, and the mouse in there. So this is fantastic to find. Obviously, yeah, quite a lot of people are looking for Apple accessories. I can't actually find this exact thing on the CEX website, but I can see the mouse and the keyboard sold separately. £7 I paid for the two, so I thought that was a pretty good deal. Unfortunately, I'm not an Apple Mac person on PC, so I can't really test it because I don't have anything to test it on. So we'll definitely have to take that into CEX anyway. But hopefully, £7 that should get us a little bit of cash back. So absolutely fantastic. Keep an eye out, obviously, for Apple stuff. Probably don't need to tell you that anyway, do I? But yeah, absolutely fantastic. All the rest is game related. So I'll tell you what, let me start with this bundle actually because it's quite big. So went to a lady and she had a box, and in this box I noticed there was an Xbox 360. This Xbox 360 to be exact. I asked how much for the Xbox and she weirdly said that whole box is £7. I was like, okay, so everything in that box altogether £7. She was really adamant on it. £7 as well, how random. Like she didn't say 10 and I haggled her down to 7. She just went straight in at 7. But I noticed there was a few things in there, so I straight away thought, well, £7, definitely I'll give you £7. So £7 I paid for this Xbox 360. It doesn't have a memory on top, but it does have one of these portable memory cards. So that's 256 MB, so fantastic. So I've got that. It does come with the battery pack and it comes with the HDMI cable, etc. It also came with this Xbox 360 Connect. You don't get much for that at all. I don't really want it, so I'll be moving that on. It also randomly came with an Amazon Fire Stick, so that's absolutely fantastic, isn't it? I didn't see that at the time. It wasn't until I emptied the box out that I found this. But yeah, absolutely. I'll find a remote for that, and that'll be absolutely brilliant. So that'll get, it's useless on its own. But as soon as I get a remote, that'll be fantastic. Also in the box, weirdly, was this OG Xbox controller. Unfortunately, it doesn't have the breakaway, so this is pretty much useless unless you've got the adapter that goes into the actual OG Xbox. I have tested it though, and it does work, so that's fantastic. But I don't have a spare one of these, so at this moment in time, this is useless. But again, hopefully that can get something a little later down the line. The other things that were in there though with it were these two Xbox 360 controllers, so absolutely fantastic. This one here as well has the recharge cable, so that's absolutely brilliant. I'll probably keep hold of that for myself. But yeah, these two 360 controllers, they're not the best condition, but they do work. They've got the thumbsticks have all been picked out, but now CEX accept these quite happy. They just put them at C grade, which I can't blame them for, to be honest. I think that's absolutely fine. But yeah, I don't know who's been picking at these, but anyway, two Xbox 360 controllers, so that's absolutely fantastic. There was also some games in there, to be fair, but nothing to write home about. Assassin's Creed, but this disc is damaged, so that's absolutely useless. I've got actually this sealed Xbox Live Arcade, but the case is completely battered and cracked, so I don't think that's much. And Assassin's Creed Brotherhood and Forza Motorsport 4. So not really anything to write home about on the games. I really picked it up because I saw the 360 controllers in there, and I thought, well, £7. As long as one of those works, my money says. So there was that little bundle there. I'll do this as well next. This is quite nice. £3 I paid for this. It's a blue PS2 controller. How great is that? It works absolutely fine. I haven't seen a blue one before. I've got a red one. I've got a black one, the grey one, that sort of thing. But yeah, blue one. How nice is that? Really, really nice. So £3. I initially thought I'd move this on, but I'm quite attached to it now. I think it's really nice. So yeah, blue PS2 controller. I'm going to keep hold of that for my own collection. Absolutely fantastic. Never seen a blue one. Never. I don't know if that's rare or not, whether it's just me not finding them out and about, but not bad at all. I've got one other bit of hardware, but I'll save that till last because it's quite a good one. Let's do some games, and this is a little bundle. So, lady had some games, £1 each. She also had a controller. I said how much for the controller. She said you can just have the controller with the 5 games, so £5 in total. The controller is another Xbox 360 controller. Works absolutely fine as well. I was got really lucky with the controllers working, but it's also got the detachable keyboard. Yeah, well, I say, oh, there we go. It's quite stiff to get off, but I don't think that goes for very much. It's quite hard to use as well. My fingers are too fat to use it, so it's completely useless for me. I've already got one. But yeah, so that was free, basically. So that's absolutely fantastic. Again, I'm not keeping hold of hardware, so if you see me show you any of this hardware, apart from this, which I'm keeping, I'm guaranteed pretty much be taking that to CEX at the minute. So there you go. And then the games I got, so £5 was Tomb Raider Underworld. Not a bad game there at all for £1. Call of Duty Black Ops, because Black Ops games are everywhere, and of course Call of Duty Black Ops 2, because we can't have a video of this without a copy of Call of Duty Black Ops 2 showing up. Aliens versus Predator. This is a good game. This is a good example because when Romulus came out, this rocketed up in price, and then as soon as Romulus started to die off and people had seen it, it plummeted straight back down again. It's not too bad now. I think it's floating around the £4 or £5 price, something like that. So that's a nice one to have found for £1. And then another Tomb Raider. This is the first of the remakes on the 360. This is an absolutely fantastic game. I don't really know how much this goes for at all, to be honest with you. I don't think it's too much at all. Maybe again £2-3, something like that. But absolutely fine. So £5 for them. And that controller, the controller alone will get me the £5 back. So absolutely fantastic. Yeah, nice little bundle there. This was a good one as well. 50p each these were. Gears of War, Unlimited Edition. This is quite cheap because it's on the Game Pass, obviously. But fantastic remake that is. It's really, really good. It's pretty much well, it is, yeah. It's a like-for-like remake. So great to have. I've already got it, or I would be keeping all of it. Metro 2033. This isn't the greatest condition, to be fair. Well, the case, and it's got no manual. The disc, yeah, the disc is absolutely fine. This is a fantastic game. So is Metro Last Light, two of my favourite games on the 360. A fantastic first-person shooter. If you haven't played that, definitely give it a go. Definitely better than playing the annual COD games, this is. But yeah, absolutely fantastic. So £1 for those two. You can't go wrong at all, can you? Neither one expect Metro 2033. I don't know, I think that's about £3 game, something like that, so not too much. These were £1 each, so £2 for these. FIFA 23, not, usually not that very desirable, not that great to find, but still commands a bit of a price at CEX, that does. I think this is the last FIFA, so I'll definitely be trading that into CEX, because they give you a good amount for it. I don't think many people are looking for FIFA 23 these days, to be honest. And Skate 3, great game to have picked up. Just saw that sit in there. Got the manual. Disc is in lovely condition. It's got a classic disc, but it's not a classic game. But disc is in cracking condition, I must say. So that's not bad. Skate 3, I think that's about a £5, something like that. So that was really good to have picked up for £1. Brilliant. I've got two things left, a little bundle and a bit of hardware. Let's just do the bundle, shall we? 50p each I paid for these. I didn't haggle her down either at all. She just had a little, this was all of them, all four. Said how much. She goes, you can have them all for £2. I was like, absolutely brilliant. First one, Star Wars 3 on the Nintendo 3DS. They're cartridges, ain't they? Cartridges are always either absolutely, completely and utterly battered and useless or absolutely fine. So these are all absolutely fine. But Star Wars 3, that's not a bad one to have. Moschling's Theme Park. This is the only one really that I can't imagine it being too desirable. It's quite cheap as well. I think I'll give CEX that one. I don't think there's going to be many people looking for that one. Pirates of the Caribbean, the video game, Lego obviously. This is in nice condition on the inside. I'll probably keep hold of this one, move this one on myself. That's, I think, again, what, that's £5-6, something like that, so that's not bad at all for 50p. And this one, I don't know whether I'm going to keep or not, but Super Pokemon Rumble. I don't have this in my collection. It's in nice condition. It's got the manual. The cartridge is in absolutely fantastic condition as well. I don't really know what it's all about. Battle with toy Pokemon. Don't know what that's all about. Discover over 600 toy Pokemon to build an unbeatable force. I'm not sure, but it's not the most expensive for a Pokemon game. However, I don't have it, so I'm probably going to keep all that. Plus it was 50p. Either way, CX ain't getting hold of it. I'll be keeping it somehow. Whether I keep it to move on, it makes its way into my collection, I don't know. But £2, you ain't complaining about that, are you? Absolutely not. And the very last thing, this is something that I picked up just as I was leaving. I've said this before, just before I leave Car Boots, I do that one final sweep where I go past everything at the start to see if anything's been missed. This was actually, off the same guy that I bought these two off Metro. So I bought these off him. Then as I was walking past, his van was open and I saw this sitting on his van. And I said to him, is that for sale? He just picked it up, literally chucked it at me. He pretty much chucked it at me. I said, yes, it is. It's the Nintendo DS XL, and I believe it's called Red Wine colour, something like that. It did come with a charger. Unfortunately, it doesn't have the stylus, but I do have some spares. Unfortunately, I don't have this colour spare, but I need to have a little look really, see if it's worth picking up. But absolutely lovely condition. It works absolutely fine as well. 20 quid, sorry. 20 quid I paid for it. Absolutely great. He did want, what did he ask for? He asked for 25. I said, would you do 20? I got the impression it wasn't a hard 25. I think I just got the impression he thought that I was going to knock him down anyway, which I did, but there you go. But £20, absolutely brilliant. I was slightly dubious as to whether it worked or not. That's why, because he was pretty much all set up and then this was just sitting there. So I was a bit dubious as to why it was sitting there. I thought it was going to be broken, to be honest, but I thought, well, I couldn't leave it sitting there. Not too bad. CEX will give me like 40 to 50 quid for it, I think. A bit more on a voucher, obviously. But then I think they sell this. I think this is like 80, 90 quid, something like that. And it works absolutely fine. So what a fine night. It's 20. And again, this is right as I was leaving the car boot. So it was about 8 o'clock. People had already gone past his store many, many times. So it's always worth a second glance. But 20 quid. Absolutely fantastic. I'm on the fence with this one. I don't know whether to give this. I know I just said all the hardware will make its way, but that's controllers. I feel a little bit more confident about this one. I've played it, tested it thoroughly. It works absolutely fine. I might have a look if it's worth investing for the stylus and then maybe move this one on myself. I don't know. Or maybe a bit of voucher. I don't have a clue what I'm going to do with this one either way just yet. So anyway, absolute sponsor. So yeah, I think that was a very, very nice trip to the car boot. I've got a little bundle of games here, not some nice ones as well. Nothing too rare. You've got the Pokemon game, but again, not too bad at all. Plenty of hardware to trade in. This lovely blue PS2, which you don't see every day. Yeah, I came back from the car boot quite happy with what I found here. So as usual, I am going to go to CEX. I'm going to take some of these controllers and I'm going to try and figure out what it is what I want to keep for my collection, what I want to give to CEX and what I want to sell on myself. So I'm going to go to CEX and I'll be back in a minute. And I'm back from CEX. So how much did we spend on all that stuff? £47. So take £47 away. That's what we got invested in it. We didn't do anything on Vinted. We just went straight to CEX. What did we get? For that wired Apple keyboard, 19 quid. That's more than I thought I was going to get. So that's brilliant. The mouse that went with it, another £11. So 30 quid for those two items. Absolutely spot on. Xbox 360 wireless controller, £7. Another Xbox 360 wireless controller, another £7. And 10p for the Kinect. I just didn't want the Kinect floating around. So CEX gave us £43.60 back. So let's put that back up there. So at this moment in time, we've only got about £4 invested in everything. So not a problem at all. That's the plan. I got a little bit on a voucher as well. Some of the games, it was worth getting on voucher. So FIFA 23, got 4 quid for that. So that's not bad. Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, I got a penny. Don't ask, it just sort of snuck in. I saw it coming and thought, you know what, just take it away. And then that Moshi Monsters Moshling theme park, that's hard to say, got £1 for that as well. So £5 and 1 pence on voucher as well this week. So let's stick that up there. So that's quite nice. We've only got a couple of quid invested in it and a cheeky £5 on the voucher. That's great. Didn't all go exactly according to plan, as you probably might have guessed. There's something major I missed out there. The Xbox 360, they said no to it because they said the HDMI port is loose, I think they said, which I thought, to be honest, they were just giving me an excuse at the time because I tested and it worked. However, I have brought it back home, gave it another go, and they are right. You do, you know, when you've just got to get the HDMI in there just right and it works fine, but then it can just sort of stop. It's got to be bang on. So I get it. I think I just got lucky the first time I tested it because I did only literally plug it in, turn it on. It looks okay, carry on. But yes, unfortunately, I don't think there's anything I can be doing with that. But I didn't think, they then gave me this controller back with it because obviously it went in for testing as a console. I should have just turned around and said, how much will you give me for that? So I'd have got another 7 quid, which would have ended up making it free again, which would have been fantastic. But hey, it's not the end of the world because I'll just take this in next week. So not too bad because that console, like I said, it is pretty useless now. So that happened. Also, we've got this OG Xbox. It spares and repairs at the moment because it doesn't have the cable. So there's nothing I can do with it because I don't have any spare cables. And also I've got this lovely Amazon Fire Stick, which is a fantastic little bonus. I just need the remote for it. So I'll keep an eye out and then hopefully that'll get us a good couple of quid another day. So that's quite a nice little surprise to have at the bottom there. What we're going to take to the market, so these are for us to sell on. We've got Gears of War, the Ultimate Edition, the remaster. You don't get too much for that at all, to be honest with you, but I'll probably ask about £2 for it, something like that. Call of Duty Black Ops, again, £2 for that. Kept this one, it's in very nice condition, so I thought, do you know what, let's go for that. Call of Duty Black Ops 2, I've decided to keep this one just because it's in absolutely fantastic condition compared to the ones you usually see. So I'll keep it. Again, I reckon I should be able to get maybe £3-4 for it. If I keep every single Call of Duty game that I find, especially Black Ops 2, by the time I go to sell these, I'll have an entire box full of the things. So I'll just keep the ones that are in absolute nigh on mint condition. So that's brilliant. Keep hold of that one. Why not? Xbox Live Arcade, it is sealed, but I don't really... I mean, somebody might want it, mightn't they, if they're going for a full set. It is a bit damaged, unfortunately, but you could always change the case. But anyway, that's going to be one of your £1 games. Metro 2033, fantastic game, but in reality doesn't cost too much. I think CEX want to give you about £2-3 for it, so again, £1 to £2 game for me. Similar, Tomb Raider, fantastic game, again, £3-4 I think it goes for, so a £2 game for me. Skate 3, I believe this is floating around that sort of £5 to £6 mark, so maybe a £4 game, but nice one to have there. It's there's a lot of skateboarding fans out there that might be interested in that. Tomb Raider Underworld, again, a £4 game I think this is in CEX, so maybe £3-4 for myself. Don't really know actually off the top of my head, that one. Aliens vs Predator, good game to have. It's in really nice condition. I think CEX are asking about a £5 for it, so maybe £3-4 for myself there. But yeah, nice one to have in good condition. 2 Nintendo 3DS games, Star Wars 3 and Pirates of the Caribbean. I think CEX want about £5 each for these, so again, £3 for me, something like that. So a nice little stack there of games, a couple 360 games to add to the tubs to be sold. Not too much in value, to be honest. I'm thinking maybe looking probably about 20 quid there, maybe. No, but it's not going to take up too much room on the stall either. And there's some half decent titles in there. So yeah, they're what we're keeping to sell on. Keeping some stuff myself with a little caveat, which I'll touch on in a second. First thing I'm definitely keeping is this lovely PS2 controller. I love it in blue. I think that's really, really nice. Like I said, I've only got a red one, which is an alternative colour in my collection already. So definitely keeping hold of that. Works fantastic as well, so that's great. Keeping hold of this Xbox 360 charger, because you know, you can never have too many. Also keeping hold of this Xbox 360, what does it say on the back? It's got a name, Chat Pad, that's what it's called. Yeah, I don't really use them, but I do have a couple already on the 360 pads that I keep, and they do add a nice bit of chunk. That is the thing, when you got some big hands on your 360 controller, this gives you a little bit extra at the bottom, so I'll keep on for that purpose. The game I'm keeping is Super Pokemon Rumble. It's a Pokemon game I don't have. They do all sorts of things in price, don't they? So I think I'll keep hold of this one. I may at some point in time decide to move this on, because I don't really know if I'll play it. Like I say before, I don't really know what it's all about, but it's a Pokemon game, so I'm going to add in that to my collection for the time being, so that'll stay with me. And the one that was giving me the most trouble is this Nintendo DS XL in red wine colour. It works really, really well. It doesn't have the stylus, unfortunately, but it's not too expensive to replace that on eBay. You're talking just a couple quid. DSs do tend to last. They can be quite resilient in regards to breaking. So I'm keeping hold of this at the moment, but probably more of an intention of I'll add it in my collection if I don't think it's worth moving on later down the line, whether that's to CEX for credit, whether it's for Game and Market cash, I don't know. But at this moment, I'm so on the fence with this, I just want to keep it in my collection. So your opinion in the comments would be appreciated on this. Let me, a bit of ground for myself. I currently have about 8 DSs, maybe 2 or 3 3DSs. I've got 3 Nintendo XL things, so I'm not short for a DS, but I don't have this one. So most people say, well, you don't need that one either, and I 100% agree with you. I just don't know whether it's worth selling on at a Game in Market. So this week, nearly got it for free. I probably will get it for free by the time I trade that in next week, so that's great. Just cheeky fiver on the voucher. Got some stuff to add to my collection, which is great, and a couple cheeky games to add to my game install. So all in all, a very, very nice week for me. I'm really chuffed with that. I would take this week every single week if I could, definitely. So thank you very, very, very much for joining me. Take care of yourselves.